enjoyed this year's Carol's Boys and singing of our national anthem.
Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
I remember being in grade 9, getting ready for my first days of high school, and I was so excited because I knew that the next 4 years of my life were going to be the best ones yet. At the end of grade 9, I was a little bit disappointed. I was ready for the best times ever, and while I had a great time, things just weren't what I expected at all. So I asked myself, how can I make sure that I get the most out of my high school years? How am I going to make sure that these years are the best ones of my life? Because that's pretty much all I heard about high school leading up to grade 9. That they're the best years of everybody's life. And you know what? After thinking about it, these people were probably right. You know, high school can easily be the best years of anybody's life. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of up to us. We can make any year, any week, any day the best ones of our life. It's not that hard to have a good time here. It's not that hard to learn and better ourselves every day. In fact, it's pretty easy. We just have to open our eyes and see what we have around us, see what we have in us, and use it. Please stand and join Olivia, Bianca, and Kiana in the singing of our opening song, 10,000 Reasons.
Sing like never before, oh my soul. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. O God, come to my assistance. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
As it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
The boys will read with me.
And the girls will read with me.
To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. O my God, in you I trust.
Do not let me be put to shame. Do not let my enemies insult me.
Do not let those who wait for you be put to shame. Let them be ashamed who are only treacherous.
Make me know your way, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. For you I wait all day long. Amen.
A reading from the Holy Gospel of Matthew. For it would be like a man going on a journey, who called his servants and entrusted them to his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, each according to his ability. Then he went away. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and made 5 talents more. So also he who had 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Now after a long time the master of those servants came back and settled accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, Master, you delivered me 5 talents, here, I have made 5 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little, I will make you ruler over much. Enter into the joy of your master. And he who had made 2 talents came forward, saying, Master, you gave me 2 talents here. I have made 2 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, you good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little, I will make you ruler over much. Enter into the joy of your master. He who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid. I went and hid your talent into the ground. Here, have what is yours. But his master answered him, You wicked and slothful servant. You knew that I reap where I did not sow. You knew where I gathered where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested your money with the bank. And at my coming, I should have received what was mine with my own interest. So take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10 talents. For everyone who has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken. In this gospel, we have a master with 3 slaves. This master is going away for a while, going on a little trip. And he gives his servants each a different number of talents, which is like money, according to their ability. The servant giving 5 talents went out, traded, wheeled and dealed, did what he had to do, and he got 5 talents more. The servant with 2 talents also went out, traded, did what he had to do, and he got 2 talents more. But the servant with only 1 talent was afraid, too scared to lose it, too scared to take a risk. The master was not happy with this, thou wicked and slothful servant. You mean to tell me I gave you a talent and you did nothing with it? You didn't try to invest it, you didn't try to trade it, but you buried it into the ground? What? Take that 1 talent and give it to the one with 10 talents. And that's a pretty interesting point, because this is exactly what happens in life. See, it's not about where we start, it's about if we're going to use what we have to our advantage. You know, we're all going to start in different points in life based on our ability. Life is just not fair in that sense. We can always wish to be in a bitter situation. We can always wish, but that doesn't get us anywhere. We got the cards we were dealt. The question is, are we going to use these cards properly and to our advantage? Are we going to bury them away in the ground? As some of you may know, I play football. As you all know, this year Villanova College did not have a varsity football team. Unfortunately, the league that BC football plays in previous years folded. But since there was no rec league in fall, and I had no school team, this was my first time since I was 6 years old that I could not play football. I didn't really know what to do. My first thought, which wasn't much at all, was just to work out after school, work on my stuff, and wait for the basketball season to start, because I hadn't played soccer since I was 6, and there's no other sports to play. Plus soccer and American football, they're 2 pretty different sports. So the plan was no soccer, stay in the weight room and in my books until basketball season. And then I thought about it a little bit. I'm in grade 12. It's my last year of high school. The school has a soccer team, and I hadn't played soccer since I was 6. What? I'd be dumb not to play. I had nothing to lose. I mean, I knew I'd be one of the worst guys on the soccer field, but I had nothing to lose, other than a little bit of dignity. I may not have known how to shoot a soccer ball at the beginning of the year. I still might not even know how to now. But the team was filled with great, caring players and a great coach. And by the end of the season, I like to think I improved a lot because of these guys. And honestly, being on this soccer team was one of the biggest highlights of my whole high school career. I discovered a new sport that I love. Every game was a blast. Even every practice was a blast. I made so many memories and strengthened so many friendships. And the thing is, I was one decision away from letting it go right out the window. From never having this experience in my life. Raise your hand if you have ever blown an opportunity in your life. If you have ever not done something that you wanted to do, even when you know you could have done it. And done it well. Isn't this the worst feeling ever? When you're put in the perfect situation to execute something that you've been waiting to do, and for some reason, you just blow it. You make all kinds of excuses, you look over the situation. Maybe you lie to yourself saying that whatever it is you've been waiting to do just isn't that important, that you can do it later. Or maybe you didn't even notice the opportunity you had until it was too late. Whether or not you guys raise your hand, I know it's happened to you. Everybody has blown an opportunity in their life at some point. But wait a second. What is an opportunity? Or maybe better worded, what is opportunity? I have a a feeling everybody in the room has a pretty good idea and grasp of what an opportunity is to them. And so do I. But I was curious, what does the word opportunity literally mean? Well, to answer this question, an opportunity can apparently be meant multiple things. A set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. A chance for employment or promotion. A good position or chance for success. From these three definitions, it seems that opportunity is not something that everybody has around them all the time. Not something that we all have in abundance. It's a chance for success, or a specific set of opportunities, a specific set of circumstances that allows us to do something. Everybody sitting in this room right now is blessed with opportunity. Opportunity in abundance. This isn't a question. The question is, are we going to realize this? Beyond that, what are we going to do about it? Unfortunately, a common rule of life is that you never know what you have until it's gone. I'm going to write that down. Once we're stripped of something, once we have so much of something, it's so easy to take it for granted. So easy to overlook it until it's stripped away from us. The thing is, luckily or unluckily, this blessing of opportunity may never leave our lives. So it's up to us to wake up and to use it. And there's never been a more important time than now. Some of you might know that I came to Villanova College in grade 10 after spending my first year of high school at King City Secondary School, which was another rare opportunity that I had in my life that I was completely prepared to throw straight down the drain. See, the opportunity of going into private education is not one that most people get, and one that I was so lucky to have. And if it was up to me, I would have thrown it away. Luckily, I have parents who always do what's best for me, even if it's completely against my will. See, I was prepared to do whatever it took as long as it meant that I would not be standing here in grade 10. I was ignorant. We as teenagers are ignorant to these kind of things. It's natural. All I was focused on was being around my friends. My scope was so narrow. I was blind to all the other amazing things that my life and my family had to offer. I would have missed out on so much. My parents put a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in front of my face, and I completely turned the other way. Luckily, this was kind of hard for me to do when I was standing in the school on the first day of grade 10. For those of you who went to a different school before coming to Villanova, I think you can all agree with me when I say that this school is kind of awesome. In fact, this school is awesome. A lot of you might be sitting down right now, kind of smirking, thinking I'm crazy for saying this, or maybe even straight up wrong. And that's the whole point of what I've been saying for the last 5 minutes. The school is awesome, so awesome for so many reasons. And sometimes we as students become blind to it. We bury all the opportunities we get from coming to school. The position we're put in to be successful, the opportunities and doors that open simply from being at this school, it's crazy. So many people would kill to be sitting in this room right now. So many people question their future, are unsure whether or not they'll be able to make it into or afford college or university. Beyond that, there's people who don't even know if they'll be able to get a job out of high school. Forget university. But even forget the job. There's people living in Toronto that don't know if they'll get another meal. But we as students here are good. We're gonna make it somewhere after high school. We're not gonna end up begging on the streets for change, contrary to what some of my classmates might be thinking right now. We're all gonna make it somewhere, guys. Every single one of us. Or should I say, we have a great opportunity to make it somewhere. And it all depends whether we're gonna use this opportunity or bury it in the ground. And of course, all this opportunity doesn't lay strictly in the field of post-secondary education. Look around us, in the hallways when you're on your way back to class. There's so much to do right now. And I think Mr. Shaheen summarized it best in last week's prayer service. And I'll take it from this guy. He stepped up here last week and he said, don't be watching from the sidelines anymore. Get out there and participate. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Just do it.